Hello students, we are on the third phylum, that is Phylum Ctenophora. The organisms that belong to this phylum are commonly called as comb jellies, also called as sea walnuts or sea gooseberries. Walnut shaped, that's why they are called as sea walnuts. Why do they have this name called as comb jellies? First of all, they are jelly-like, transparent. Characteristic feature of comb plates are present on their body wall, which help them in locomotion. Microscopically, they will appear like the bristles of a comb. There are 8 of them and they are arranged all over their body radially. Because of the appearance of these comb plates all over their body, they will appear to have a radial symmetry. That is what has been mentioned in NCERT, that they have a radial symmetry. But they also tend to have 2 tentacles, because of which the symmetry does not become completely radial symmetry. It's called as a biradial symmetry, having features of both bilateral and radial symmetry. Biradial symmetry. But for NEET, you have to stick to radial symmetry. For AIMS, you will need to opt for biradial symmetry. These organisms are exclusively marine and they are not found in fresh water. They will have very nice, graceful movements because of the movements of the cilia in their comb plates. These cilia are said to be the longest cilia in the animal kingdom. Because of their transparent nature, they will not be detected very easily in the transparent waters. Fine, which will help them in both attack as well as in defense. One more characteristic feature apart from the comb plates that they have is the presence of special type of cells on their tentacles, which are called as colloblasts or lasso cells. The cells that were present in Cnidaria were called as cnidoblasts, right, which were stinging cells. The colloblasts are not stinging cells, but they are sticking cells. They will stick to the prey and have a mechanism of release which is very similar to the cnidoblasts. Okay, but the cnidoblasts used to sting and release toxin, but these only stick to the prey. They are present only in the tentacles. The 2 characteristic features of ctenophores are: first is the presence of 8 comb plates which are meant for locomotion, which bear cilia, and second feature is the presence of colloblasts or lasso cells onto their tentacles. The tentacles also have cilia, but they are not meant for locomotion. They will help in transporting the food that has been captured. Did you know that this phylum was previously placed under Phylum Coelenterata only, along with the Cnidarians? They have so many features similar to the Cnidarians that they were considered to belong to the same phylum as Cnidarians, and it was originally called as Phylum Coelenterata. They also have the presence of a coelentron, just like the Cnidarians. Cnidarians have a coelentron, no? Gastrovascular cavity. A similar type of gastrovascular cavity is also present in the ctenophores. As time progressed, many differences were found in them. That's why they were removed from Phylum Coelenterata and kept under a separate phylum, that is Phylum Ctenophora. And then Phylum Coelenterata now has only Phylum Cnidaria. These comb plates are, by the way, called as teens, and that's why the name Ctenophora has arrived. So let us write down about them. Habitat, exclusively marine. Next, habit, they are never sedentary or sessile. They are always free swimming and solitary. Symmetry, for NEET level, you have to say that they have a radial symmetry. But if you are answering AIMS or JIPMER, you must stick to biradial symmetry, having features of both radial as well as bilateral symmetry. What is their level of organization? Just like the Cnidarians, they have a tissue level organization. Germ layers. How many germ layers do they have? Are they diploblastic or triploblastic? They are diploblastic only. Ectoderm and endoderm is differentiated. The middle layer is not differentiated into mesoderm. Okay, instead a jelly-like substance will be present, and similar to the Cnidarians, this one is also called as the mesoglia. Only difference from the Cnidarians will be that the mesoglia of ctenophores may have certain amoeboid cells which can be totipotent in nature, just like in poriferans. Germ layers, diploblastic, ectoderm and endoderm, differentiated. Middle layer is undifferentiated, jelly-like, and is called as mesoglia. Some amoeboid cells may be present along with elastin fibers and some muscle fibers as well. So we are looking at the body form right now. This is how it is. It will be like a ball, radially symmetric, slightly cylindrical, but that still makes it a radial symmetry. What makes it biradial symmetry is that it also has bilateral features of having 2 tentacles, and the way its coelentron inside is branched, in a bilateral manner, that makes it biradial symmetry. Okay, over here you see these ones that I have marked in red. These are the comb plates. the comb plates are always 8 in number. They are also called as a teens. That's why they are also called as ctenophora. Phora means bearing, teens means comb plates. Comb plate bearing, ctenophores. Help in locomotion, have cilia, longest in the animal kingdom. What do you see over here inside? This is the coelentron. Coelentron, also called as the gastrovascular cavity, similar to the cnidarians. If you remember GVC, the coelentron will be having only one mouth/anus, similar to the cnidarians as well. But there is a difference between this coelentron that the ctenophores bear and the coelentron that the cnidarians bear. In cnidarians, the coelentron is strictly closed and there is no branching of the coelentron. But over here, the coelentron, it makes branches, and there are 2 branches below that even end into so-called anal pores. On the other side, it will form branches like this, which I have not shown, and which will end into 2 anal pores from where digested food may be passed on. But that is partial. Partially, this opening only is used for elimination of waste. The coelentron is different from the coelentron of the cnidarians is that this one is complex. It is branched into canals and has 2 anal pores on aboral side. Aboral side means the one that is opposite of the oral side. The coelentron will be lined by the gastrodermis, similar to the coelentron of the cnidarians, and the outermost body wall will be lined by epidermis, similar to the cnidarians as well. In between this, there will be a thick jelly-like substance, the mesoclia. The mesoclia is very thick in the ctenophores. It is lined by gastrodermis. These are the tentacles, if present, 2 in number, also bear cilia, but not used for locomotion, used for movement of food. Tentacles bear colloblasts, also called as the lasso cells. Important point for AIMS. These are sticky cells. The cnidarians have cnidoblasts, and these are known for their colloblasts. Capture prey by adhesive mechanism. We can say that the outermost side is the epidermis. What is the origin of the gastrodermis? Origin is the endoderm, and the origin of the epidermis will be the ectoderm, which will be protective in nature. All the comb jellies are transparent and very difficult to spot in the water. The transparency feature helps them in attack as well as in defense.
महादेव के नाम पे सब्सक्राइब कर दें।